Must be a natural redhead. No, it was an accident. It wasn't intentional. I haven't had brown hair in years, but I'm okay with it for a while. It is more natural to how I naturally am, and I'm okay with that. As well as I'm okay with having always a melody in my head, even when I'm in pain, and looking like I'm always happy all the time when I'm in pain. Which I'm in pain right now, but I always have a melody in my head that keeps things going because music is healing. And there are few bands that have that musical power. I had a MySpace years ago, and it was a place you could share lyrics, you could meet musicians, and that's how I met my first musician boyfriend, who's a bass player. And there was some kind of really schemy ideas about starting a band with him, but it never happened. And it wasn't my idea. And most likely, most of my lyrics got ripped off. Without the melody, it's like, who cares anyways? Because they don't have a melody. I wrote a song recently called Only. I like the word only because it means individual, has your own ideas, you stand out from everybody else, and you're different. And I like that. The thing about where Khruangbin is, which is a really good band, they're from a conservative place called Texas. One of my cousins, who is from San Juan Capistrano originally, she's from a Mormon background, moved there. She had one of her kids out of wedlock. She started, but then they got married and then divorced. She had to face judgment with a lot of the conservative Bible Belt community there. And this is the thing about conservatives. A lot of them don't keep their nose out of people's business when they have the same thing going on for them. And why don't you just applaud that she had the baby? She's anti-abortion, at least, and she's not even Christian. But she's anti-abortion, at least, and that's very hard to find nowadays. A lot of people are okay with the baby killing. And that's another thing, that's another issue I could talk about for hours, but I won't. Um, I applaud her for just having the kid. She has two kids and she's raising them, and great. I mean, it's hard to raise a kid, and I don't have kids. I spent a lot of my youth volunteering at horse ranches and volunteering at animal places. Why I didn't date so much. And I saw guys as trouble. Because most of the time they were trouble. And you always figured out that there were a lot of problems going on. And you keeping yourself in creative outlets helped you stay out of that. You know, you usually will meet a guy, a bass player, who wants to start a band. He really just wants to date you. He doesn't care about starting no band. Come on now. You know what he really wants. What's the shtick? What's this? And the internet sucks for the most part. I could tell you that for a personal experience meeting musicians through the internet. I have done that. But yes, music is my creative outlet. I like Khruangbin. I used to listen to more heavier bands, like metal bands like Opeth and Otep and Black Sabbath. I could go long. Dio, all that kind of stuff. Megadeth, which Megadeth is better than Metallica. I'll put it that way. Always been a fan of heavier metal music, but I also like creative, easy listening music that heals the soul and heals the mind and brings you to another place. That is what life's about to me. That is magic. That's where you should do, and that's what music is supposed to be like, because that's the experience. Besides that, I don't want to buy the ticket to go to a concert if it's not good music. So, I like quality music. I grew up with different quality music like Tower of Power. Those are some really good bands out there. All the older music, you gotta lay it on them. It's good stuff. And so is art, and so is painting, and so is Alphonse Mucha, which is right over there on my computer screen right there. I don't think you even know who that is, but it's a French artist. And my sisters took art in college, as you can see right here, and they had a book with Alphonse Mucha, all of his artwork in there, and I fell in love with it when I was young, and I could not stop buying clothes, things with Alphonse Mucha print on it. I think it is lovable hippie art that's been stolen on album covers like Silent Green and other bands out there like him or whatever will put Alphonse Mucha on their albums. Copyright, like copywriting from MySpace days. Not like artists don't do that. They're influenced always by someone.